welcome back to Feel the Drive. Today's video is all about mods for your Z3, and all of these you can get for under £100. Let's jump straight into it. Going for aesthetics first, we're looking at the stubby antenna or aerial. Now the one that the Z3 comes with as standard isn't the best. It's thin, it's long, it's wavy, it breaks the look of the curves of the car, and as time goes on the rubber starts to perish, water gets in through the grommet into the boot. Not a good situation, so it's better to replace it with a stubby antenna or a bee stinger. It's shorter, doesn't stick out so much, and it keeps the car looking as it should. Now some people report that they don't get as good a signal with it, but if you buy with a good enough quality it should be fine. A lot of people are happy with their replacement antenna. You can get them from £5 to £40, even £500 for some reason. So have a good shop. We'll drop some links below to the ones we think would be good to pick up to replace your ugly looking long antenna with a stubby one. Number 2, a Bluetooth head unit. Now if you're not too bothered about what's on the radio, but you have an amazing Spotify playlist, then this is the mod for you. Of course, the Z3s are old, they're aging, the business cassette tape player isn't going to cut it anymore. So upgrading the head unit is a great way to modernise your car and to link it with all the stuff that we have now. There's a wide range of head units that you can get, even ones with pop-out screens, although there's not really to my taste. Just something simple that has Bluetooth, and a lot of them have colour changing lights, so you can actually set the lights to match whatever colour scheme you've got going on inside your Z3. Now, one thing to be aware of is that you'll need a wiring harness adapter. You can get those pretty cheap, drop a link down below, if it doesn't come with the head unit that you're buying. We had a Sony one we put in our Peugeot 206 when we first had that, moved it to the Z3, had to get the wiring adapter, and it was working beautifully. So again, drop a couple ideas in the description below. Shop around, you could get a pretty good deal. And if you have like Siri or Google, you can just say to your phone to activate it, say, hey, skip song, play this playlist. So you've actually got voice controlled Bluetooth audio that plays through the speakers, which is really cool. And it's much better quality than the 12-volt Bluetooth transmitters that you get in the little cigarette plug. They're a bit more expensive, but better quality, well worth the investment. If you're enjoying the video, then please leave a like down below and subscribe to see more. It really helps out. And comment below if you have any other ideas for cheap mods under £100 that made a difference to your Z3. Number 3, we're going for the D Tango. Now this is a small but really effective mod to make the Z3 look a little bit younger, modernise the outside a little bit, and it's the changing of your orange indicators on the outside for clear lens indicators that come on the later Z3 models. So you can pick up these clear indicators from eBay secondhand for about £40, or you can get them from some forums, breakers that have them for a bit cheaper. It's super simple to change. You just move it back, pull it out, unhook the electrical wiring, plug in the electrical wiring, push it in, slide it to lock it in. That's it. It's literally like a 40-second job. Then we've got number 4, finally a performance mod. Yes, you can get a performance mod for under £100 and it makes a difference. As it's a roadster, the Z3 lacks that structural rigidity that a hardtop car has. One common modification to tighten up the front end is to add a strut brace at the front. Now this acts similarly to an anti-roll bar, so it connects both wheels by the suspension, and as one goes up, the other one goes down, and the anti-roll bar twists a certain amount to absorb that and also hold it in place so it doesn't go like that, essentially. So rather than being mounted on the bottom to the suspension, a strut brace is mounted on top to the top of the strut towers. Now there are 2 variations in shape, and this is important because it depends on what engine you have as to which shape strut brace you should get. If you have a 6-cylinder, you can get one that goes straight across. No worries, it's pretty simple. And this is also pretty simple, but this is the one you have to look out for. The 4-cylinder engine has to go around the back of the throttle body and intake. Both of these you can pick up a steel strut brace from Weiches. No idea, what, Weiches? Weiches. It's my worst German accent. For £98. You can get more expensive ones that are lighter weight, but we're keeping it under £100. And if you're not focused that much on super high performance racing and trying to get every single advantage, you just want to tighten up that feel of the front for fun road use. If you just want to tighten up that feeling at the front for fun road use, then this is the perfect suspension rigidity mod for under £100. And there are some eBay ones if you fancy yourself a proper bargain. Coming in at number 5 is a gear knob. If you have a manual Z3, like you should, then your hand spent a lot of time on your knob. You're shifting through all the gears, you're dropping down to go through tunnels. Your gear knob is the connection to the power center of the car. So you want to make sure that you have a good knob, one that feels comfortable in your hand, one that fits just right. The standard gear knob is a pretty decent one, but over time it can get a bit tatty and it's not that heavy on the feel. So it's worth upgrading to something that looks nice and has a heavier feel to it. One that is recommended by a lot of Z3 drivers is the Storm Motorworks gear knobs. Now these are brushed stainless steel. You can also get titanium plated ones, and they have engraving options too for the more expensive stuff. But the standard brushed stainless steel comes in at just £75, and it really does smarten up the look of your Z3. If you're lucky enough, you could probably pick up a homemade version from some Z enthusiasts on some of the forums, just like we did. And we still have it, because yeah, like I said, it's the power center of the car, so fits well. So there you have it, 5 modifications. You know what? I'm going to give you a modification that's completely free and will help performance too. Get rid of the spare tyre and cage. If you're not using it, then just cut it off. It saves a bunch of weight, and at the age that these cars are now, the spare tyre is probably going to be a bit rusted and not usable or safe to use. So get yourself a plug kit, ditch the spare tyre, and that's another way that you can modify your Z3 for better performance. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you have any more suggestions of cheap mods you could do for under £100, and leave them in the comments below. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I will see you all in the next video.